You never really know what decision the Las Vegas team will make on draft day. In this segment, we will analyze the top 5 players who could surprise the football world if the team selects them with the 6th overall pick. While there is a small chance this could happen, the motivation for this discussion comes from last year, when I highlighted the possibility of the team selecting a player who turned out to be an excellent pick, even though it was an unexpected decision. After predicting that pick last season, many people reached out to ask if a similar analysis will be done this year. What I want to make clear to everyone watching is that if you're looking for draft information, this is the right place. We'll start the countdown from 5, working our way down to 1, as the top pick might just be the biggest surprise. Starting with an audacious pick, it might surprise some to see a quarterback from Colorado on this list. The reasoning behind this inclusion is based on numerous rumors and reports, especially in light of recent events surrounding another quarterback. I would be genuinely impressed if the team chooses this player with the 6th pick, particularly after a recent trade. This franchise is aiming for immediate results and recognizes the need to compete now. Therefore, using the 6th pick on a player who will likely be on the bench for several years doesn't align with the current strategy. It's true that this quarterback has impressive accuracy and has shown consistent improvement, in addition to being mentally resilient, and I can't ignore that. Opting for a player who will stay on the bench for so long doesn't seem logical. Although he is highly skilled and has shown increasing capacity for growth, there are concerns about his character based on reports from the day of his workout and the combine. I'm really looking forward to seeing his performance at the workout scheduled for April 4th. However, he needs to start standing out if he wants to secure a place in the top 10. I can say this is possible because he's the second best quarterback behind another player. Some people believe another quarterback might be superior. I've talked to experts who defend that a specific player is better, but a renowned quarterback has been mentoring him since 2020. For those who have followed this athlete's interactions with the organization, it's clear that there's a strong desire for him to be selected. He's frequently in the city and was recently seen with another quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised by this pick, and I know viewers might find this shocking. Now, moving on to the 4th position in unexpected picks, I would select an offensive lineman from Ohio State with the 6th pick. Admiration for this player's skills is due to his agility, which is one of the reasons he stands out as a high-level pass blocker. He can improve his run blocking, and I'd like to see him show the same confidence in pass protection as he does in run blocking. I appreciate his effort on every play, and his agility allows him to move and make blocks. The team plans to run several plays for the wide receivers, a strategy commonly used. He may face challenges against some bulky linemen who effectively pressure him, but the athlete exhibits remarkable agility and can move efficiently, in addition to blocking effectively. The team should adopt several quick pass plays for the receivers, a tactic frequently employed by the coach. He may face some difficulties with more robust linemen in the league try to overpower him, but if the goal is to use speed on external plays, he excels in that area. The injury he sustained makes me a bit apprehensive, but I believe he could be a solid pick at 6th overall, considering many league scouts viewed him as the top offensive tackle before the serious knee injury he suffered early in the college season. Many believe his performance was superior to other athletes at his position. Last year, he worked alongside the team's offensive coordinator during his time at university, where he coordinated the plays. He shows great versatility, playing right tackle in 2022 with 19 games as a starter during his college career. It's clear he can perform both roles, but if the team opts for this pick, I imagine he'd be moved to the left side, possibly convincing a teammate to switch to the right side. I have a good impression of another player, but if the opportunity arises to strengthen the offensive line, which is a priority, many believe it's crucial to improve the trenches. I have nothing against the mentioned athlete, but I aim to improve all positions this season, and the new pick would represent progress from the current one. Therefore, I'd like to know which player could be a surprise pick at the 6th position, a viable suggestion, not someone projected for the later rounds, but rather a first-round candidate who might not be on the team's radar, just like other athletes in previous drafts. I want to avoid revisiting names who had unsatisfactory performances. So, feel free to share your suggestions for an unexpected pick at the 6th spot. What I want is to keep the conversation about available options and those who could make a significant impact on the team. When my decisions are right, I can access my financial resources in up to 15 minutes. This platform is perfect for making real profits during the current basketball season. It's crucial to recognize which athletes are standing out and which are not. You can make your picks in less than 60 seconds, turning your sports analysis into real money throughout the season. While I know the Silver and Black team won't be playing soon, one point I highly value is that when following the team, especially for many of the older fans, you end up consuming content about the team in March, April, and May, making some of these picks easier. For example, I'm watching Geno Smith with 3,475 yards and betting on the over. And if Geno, God forbid, gets injured, you'll have the security of a refund, something I truly appreciate. Now, regarding Brock Bowers with 5.5 receiving touchdowns, my bet also goes for the over. Currently, the bet on Geno Smith is related to passes and yards, while for Brock, we're dealing with touchdowns and receiving yards. You can't make a lineup with the same player on two different teams, but I want to share this insight with anyone considering. Yes, Geno Smith with those passing yards is a sure bet. So, use the app today and enter a code to receive $50 right after making your first $5 lineup. Moving on to Malachi Starks, the safety from Georgia, who is selected 6th overall. I appreciate what Starks brings, but for me, choosing a safety so early is a risky strategy. Sometimes I compare it to the linebacker market, where you need to be a player who truly makes a difference, like a prospect of Ashton Jennings' caliber, to be selected that high. However, this athlete is a complete safety, able to play both on the line or drop back into coverage. I recognize that some concerns surround him, especially regarding Isaiah. The person who will show up and do their job without contest, excelling in various areas, is exactly what the team needs. I believe this could be the pick at the 6th position because the team is looking for a primary receiver. While it might seem early to select him at the 6th pick, there are athletes who have lost ground because of Tito and McMillan. Another receiver that was mentioned by some during the NFL Combine is Matthew Golden, whom many consider the best alternative. However, since Chip Kelly worked with him last season and the team had discussions with him at the Combine, that really affects my perspective on the possibility of the team choosing this athlete. Personally, if someone told me right now that it's draft night and the team is walking up to the stage to announce Emeka's name, I wouldn't believe it would be the 6th pick. I would suggest that this would involve the team trading down in the 1st round, right before a wave of receivers, which I predict will happen between the 19th and 20th pick. This trend seems more likely, but if Aimcha Abuka is indeed the #1 receiver on the team's list because of his connection with Chip Kelly, and considering how important relationships are to this organization, it wouldn't be surprising to see him as the 1st pick, even surpassing T. That's why I wanted to bring up this topic in this conversation before addressing the player who could truly shock the nation if selected with the 6th pick. I invite everyone to join us, as we'll be live throughout the entire NFL draft. If you're looking for draft content, we're the ideal place for you. Last year, when we streamed live on day 1, we had 114,000 viewers for 6 hours and 9 minutes. On day 2, 83,000 people joined us, and the stream lasted 6 hours and 23 minutes. On day 3, 86,000 joined, and we streamed for 8 hours and 15 minutes. If you plan to watch the NFL draft and want to know the picks before they are shown on TV, join us for more than 20 hours of live programming. This is what a true fan would do. Now, let's talk about the most unexpected pick at the 6th spot, which would be Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State. If you're thinking the team won't pick a tight end, many people thought the same thing last year when they chose Brock Bowers, and considering how that worked out, what if they decide to go for it again? Warren is a big, athletic athlete. I watched many Penn State games, and he's a competitive, elite prospect. When we talk about top-level talent in this draft, I really believe he belongs in the upper category of exceptional players. One of the things I admire most about his game is his style. He has a lot of charisma. He's the kind of athlete who steps onto the field and knows he's the best. That's how Tyler Warren behaves in every game from the last season. Another aspect I value in him is his ability to meet demands. There were games where Penn State said, "We need you to get 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. We need you to run the ball for first downs. We need you to block." He even ran wildcat plays. When I watched him in the college football playoffs, he really delivered on what was asked of him. And the reason Penn State made those requests is that he was the best on the field. It reminded me of how Georgia used Brock Bowers, placing him in the slot, on the outside, as tight end, and even as a fullback. When an athlete is so skilled, competent coaches think, "I need to get the ball in this kid's hands," and that's why I can picture this happening with the 6th pick. It would be a surprise, but if the team decides to go with the best player available, there are certainly those who consider Tyler Warren one of the best, alongside Ashton Jenney and other athletes. The possibility of a surprising selection at the 6th spot lies in the hands of this young athlete. However, if the goal is to choose the best available player, there are names that certainly fit this category, like Tyler Warren, in addition to Ashton Jenney and other talents. Given the strength of the running back market, there may be interest in an athlete like Trevian Henderson. If Jenney isn't considered, Warren could be an option, forming a standout combination with Bowers as one of the most promising tight end duos in the league. This management has already opted not to select a certain tight end before. It's clear that at certain moments, a team needs to take risks for its true potential to be recognized. With the increasing value of contracts, especially among wide receivers, the question arises as to whether league franchises will begin seeking players like Brock Bowers for that role. This approach could allow Tyler Warren and another tight end to perform effectively in their positions while providing long-term financial advantages. Still, if the goal is to select the best available player, Tyler Warren proves to be an unexpected but intriguing option. For those wanting to dive deeper into the top prospects that could be targeted at the 6th pick, more information is available in the comments and the description of this conversation. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a shocking turn of events, Geno Smith, the quarterback who recently made headlines for his remarkable comeback with the Seattle Seahawks, is reportedly considering an exit from the Las Vegas Raiders. Smith, who was traded to the Raiders in March 2025, has expressed concerns about his role within the team, despite the high expectations surrounding his arrival. Fans and analysts alike are left wondering what could be next for the quarterback whose career has taken him from the depths of being a backup to a resurgence as a Pro Bowl starter. After a standout season in 2024, where Smith threw for over 4,000 yards and set multiple franchise records with the Seahawks, many expected the 34-year-old to continue his success in Las Vegas. However, his tenure with the Raiders has been far from smooth. Without a contract extension in place, Smith has found himself in a precarious situation, unsure of his future with a team that has yet to show a clear direction in terms of leadership and stability at the quarterback position. Smith's decision to leave the Seahawks for the Raiders was a bold one, especially after a career-defining season. Despite his individual success, he now finds himself in a less-than-ideal situation with the Raiders, who are in the midst of rebuilding. Sources close to Smith suggest that his discontent stems from the team's lack of commitment to his future and a sense that the Raiders may not be willing to fully invest in him as their franchise quarterback. The question now is where Smith will go next. With several teams across the league in search of a veteran quarterback, Smith could be a highly sought-after free agent. His previous success, combined with his leadership and ability to perform under pressure, makes him an attractive option for teams looking for an experienced signal caller to lead them into contention. As the drama surrounding Geno Smith's future unfolds, one thing is clear. His next move could significantly impact the landscape of the NFL. Whether he stays with the Raiders or moves on to a new opportunity, Geno Smith is proving that he's far from done making waves in the league. Stay tuned for updates on what will undoubtedly be one of the most intriguing quarterback stories of the 2025 season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.